All right, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Altcoin Buzz Trading. BTC with a monster rally late yesterday. So we were talking about the possibility of a head and shoulders. Well, let's go ahead and let's erase that from existence because that didn't quite happen. But we did get a big blast off through our all-time horizontal, not all-time horizontal, but our recent big horizontal level. Let's look at this thing. Bitcoin with a big blast off through the 31,800 level. Our volumes are really good. They're not amazing, but they're good enough for obviously this rally. Now, Bitcoin appears to be, by breaking through this level here, Bitcoin appears to be in a rally mode where it may not give you many opportunities to enter this position if you're waiting to get into BTC. There's a lot of optimism regarding that ETF that's coming out, and the buying pressure has been consistent. The biggest thing for me is on the 2 hour, this big old block right here of volume. If we take a zoom out, we had a little bit right here, but this is just very, very consistent buying pressure and very likely to continue. We're going to get small consolidations like this, and these are your opportunities to enter. When Bitcoin's extremely bullish, Bitcoin doesn't pull back. And I'm going to give you an example. So first of all, you do have a couple of recent examples of that. So this very explosive move up, that was bullish Bitcoin. Then you start chopping around here. And once you start stalling and we do chop, we're not very bullish anymore. Then we have another blast of explosive volume. Now we have another one taking us into recent highs. But if you go back further than that, you've got, move our charts here, right here. I'm not saying we're going to go on a huge multi-100% run, but you get, when Bitcoin starts to move, it just starts to pop up and it puts in these little candles. And I think this is important. So I think you should go back and do your own due diligence as well. Go back through the charts to the times Bitcoins are very bullish. When Bitcoin's very bullish, it doesn't like to pull back very often. You'll get one or two of these candles, but keep in mind, you know, if you say we started rallying down here, this was already up 60% before we finally got any kind of a substantial pullback. And other than that, most of these candles are around the same size as the previous candle before we just start ticking up. They don't let it go down. That's the secret here to a big BTC rally, is it doesn't go down. Okay, so eventually, every once in a while, you will get a candle, but it'll be after a long run, and then you get another candle here that gets bought up. Then we start to stall out a little bit here before we finally kind of, you know, put the squeezes to the rally in this later stage. I'm not sure if we're going on this type of a rally, but whatever type of rally we're in the middle of right now, we're already not coming down. We're already having that type of action, which is really hard to contend with. It's difficult to deal with if you're not used to it, and even if you're used to it. But this is not bad. We did have a pullback here, but ever since here, we broke out of here. Now we're broken out here. So start looking for those smaller candles. That's really the key to this. If we start having bigger pullbacks, that is not a real BTC rally. A real BTC rally, one that goes up between 50 and 400%, those rallies just don't pull back. And I think that's the key to this market right now, is to notice that. So if we're pulling back to my trend line right here, which currently is at the 33,730. If we pull back to that and aren't able to go much lower than that, that could be an entry point in this. And then your stop loss is going to have to be a little bit wider, but you could probably keep it about 5%, which is down here at around the 32,000 level, a little over 5, about 5.25%. If you want to keep a stop loss like that, you can try to stay in the game. If Bitcoin reverses, that's going to be a problem, because then we're going to go into a lot more chop. And that's been the pattern of Bitcoin recently. So, you know, one of the reasons I wasn't really bullish yesterday is we were battling this epiphany between recent declines and then the expansion that was possible. Does that make sense? And so now that we have an expansion, you have to accept that potential reality. And then, ideally, we just keep moving with this on up. In terms of altcoins are doing okay. There's a lot of things blew through, potential setups that I was looking at. They just went straight up. And that's sometimes what trading is. The market just goes up. So now we do the same thing. We look for consolidations. We look for patterns of strength, and that's what we're going to do. So, all right, guys, have a good day out there. It is a BTC market, and just realize that and pay attention to those small candles. Have a great day, guys. I'll see you tomorrow on Altcoin Buzz Trading.